Hello again, it's TB from TS Coaching, and I'm live again, this time again on, as I did before, on YouTube through Zoom and StreamYard, on Facebook through StreamYard. And I think I will get the captions to work this time, but because it didn't yesterday. And now today I want to do it once again, that I talked about yesterday and on Monday about. But I will do it again, but just really short, hopefully. But I shouldn't say this will be a short one. I will talk shortly because that means that it won't be that short. So yeah, it's really easy to talk really long and difficult to talk be brief. So okay, about coaching, I'm reading this book, and it feels a little bit repetitive, but I'm reading this book, Coaching for Performance. It's like a basic book about coaching, but it's really a really good one. I thought that it would be this boring, traditional, old school coaching that is not relevant anymore, but actually it is. Human behavior, we as humans haven't changed that much for a couple of 10,000 years, and coaching develops, and it has developed, and it's much more than it was in the beginning, but still much is the same. And it's not so much about techniques and methods and all that, tips and stuff like that, but you need to understand human behavior, human psychology, and what motivates people, and how people work and for me that means in a scientific way, so things that have empirical results from, and it doesn't need to be 100%, but as much as possible, because some management theories are not that scientific in that sense that it's have been studied scientifically, and it's more like but if it's in a philosophical level and it works, doesn't have to be. But it's if it's said that presented in a scientific way when it actually isn't, that's not what I can support. Or I try to stay away from it, but it's not that easy always. Things that's, for example, Myers-Briggs personality test, that's not really scientific. They try to make it that scientific, but it's really not, because it's based on a non-scientific, and it's based that cannot be proven scientifically. And then we have all sort of other personality tests. Actually, there's just one, that's just the Big Five. That's the real one, and or Hexago or Hexaco, I don't remember. That's also a good one. It's based on the Big Five. So, and because there are cons of using those kind of that puts people in boxes and titles, even though people say you can do it in a fun way and just for inspiration, but there's a risk of using that kind of things. And then we have all other stuff that I will not go into today, but are really not scientific. So how about but this book, what is coaching then? Coaching, it's easy in a way. It's easy to explain. Like you talk with someone, or individually, or with a group. You listen actively. You ask open questions. You are curious. You help them forward. You help someone reach a goal. And just you go through this framework, and then magic happens, and then this person feels better, reach their potential, and have attained their goals, and you then stand accountable for that. You help them with that. Basically you help them and serve them. And now I explained how coaching works and what it is. And if like that, anyone can use that and do that. So do you feel that you can coach them? Based on what I just explained? Because that's what should go through in a coaching course certification. That's the things that you go through, and then you practice on that. So coaching is I would say that most people don't understand, cannot coach you just by knowing that. If you want to learn, I can learn you what coaching is and like, and also sort of techniques and tools and methods and everything. I can teach you. I can learn to share them if you want. I'm using them to help other make the changes that they want and reach the goals and the potential and perform better. But if you want to learn about coaching and what it is, and I can surely I use for free. I can share about that and also about what I know about NLP, for example, and psychology and motivation and habits and everything. If you want to know the theory side and the techniques, methods, of sure. I'm not promise that I will spend a hell of a lot of time on that on you, specifically for you. But if there's something you want to know, absolutely I can share that. Because coaching in itself is kind of simple, but if you do that and implement and what I just shared, you will not automatically be a good coach, and because you need practice. And it's not that simple or easy to do. It's simple in its way. So then it's something more than that. And I have coaching is about raising responsibility and awareness as if you are being coached. And you use things like your intuition and your emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence, what is that? That is like semi-scientific. It's like difficult, everything that is difficult to define and that you difficult to like test or like put numbers and things on it. That's not really scientific. It's more like scientific and philosophical. So for example, intelligence, that is like it's normally distributed. It's very clear what it is and how it works and everything about that. But emotional intelligence is not so. Emotional intelligence is very important, but it's not that easily measured, you could say. But we have managed to measure intelligence, like IQ. We can measure that and put it in a natural distribution. Is it called natural? I don't know. The bell curve. It's a bell curve. Emotional intelligence, you cannot put that in a bell curve and on the whole population of Earth on. So there's a little bit difference there, but it's still something that's important. And I'm moving on because I don't really want to make this show longer than 10 minutes, because 10 minutes is a hell of a lot of time for people now in our age. But I have this book about coaching, active coaching also, and I have listened to this book and I have bought it on paper. I want to read it also. But so what can I share? This is something I wanted to share. There's a good model here, and I will share more about this later. But it's a model here that they use. They say the coactive model is based on intuition to forward deepen. It's like exploration, and you deepen understanding of the person that you are coaching, or it's a collaboration, and you use self-management and curiosity also. And communication is important, and like you can communicate on many levels, and it's not about you are on the same level, like in a let's say influence or powers level, you are on the same level. So it's not like you are providing coaching to someone. It's a collaboration where you work together to reach some goal or performance enhancement or what is that you're focusing on. And it's not coaching for, like, say, life goals. You want a better career, you want the career of your life, you want to feel extraordinary when you wake up in the morning, you want to feel that you are having no stress, you are looking forward to the day, you want to enjoy life and everything you experience. to reach that kind of situation, that is not a problem that you need to solve. Getting that from where you are now to where you want to be, that's not a problem to be solved. It's more about exploration and potential to attain and there's another word also that I think about, but it's not about solving the problem, to making something that you really enjoy and that you want from life, and that you should, it's like a good thing that you want. That is not a problem for you to solve. It might be something, how can a problem to solve is like, how can I sleep better at night? How can I eat better? How can I start exercising 2 times a week? How can I do that? That's a problem to be solved. But living a healthy life, that's not a problem to be solved. That's like it's a more than a goal. It's an outcome. It's focused on outcomes. It's a process to getting a deserved outcome that you want, and that is different than solving a problem. So that's what I want to make you understand a little bit about what is coaching and how do I coach. And sorry, I'm breathing in the mic and I'm trying to I will try not to do that. So yeah, now I have used my time, and I will just leave that there. You know from this video, you know what coaching is, and you can coach if you just practice and you use your special magic skills and your intuition and your active listening skills and your open question skills and your people skills, and that you are not there to teach them and you are there to help someone else and work together, not by telling and not by criticizing and not even by like sharing the best tips in the world, or your thoughts and your ideas. And even there are also accountability in coaching, and that's the question, should it be there? Because some people just want active people, that they are proactive, they take action by themselves, and if you are accountable for them, then you're like holding their hand almost. But there's a really good place for accountability, because even though you're the most active and motivated person, some things are still difficult for you. We all have that things that are difficult. So the accountability is like, what should you do? When will it happen? And how will I know as a coach, as your coach, that you have done it? So how will you inform me about that? Or how can I see it? So, and that really helps people activating themselves and making doing the things that they have said that they want to do. Is a big difference between saying I want to do this and actually doing it, and that's not always easy. So then, lastly, about I'm listening to this audiobook. I have saw this one in Talouselämä business magazine, and about burnout. It's in Finnish, and I have this review of it was really good, and I was listening to it. And what do I want to share about that? Burnout. It's more like it's a big kind of stigma still about burnout, but it's like more accepted to be burnt out because of your job. And some people are very proud of being burnt out because of their job, because they're so important and so busy and things like that, and so that they get burned out. And I also feel like that I'm proud of having much to do and to be an important person and stuff like that. Like my belief, and it feels good, but I really don't want to be there. It makes me also stressed at the same time, because I'm not able to do the things I want to do. I want to work and I want to do that thing really good, and then I have my other life with so many interests and hobbies. So I just don't want to keep, if I'm in a certain way at my job, I will just continue being like that on my free time. So burnout, I haven't been in a real burnout, but almost. I've seen signs of it, and I can say it's not really fun. Don't get burned out. And it's so they in this book about burnout, they like or this guy that has written, he has so very good knowledge about burnout. Is like truth after truth in the sections of the chapters. Is like really amazing about what he's done. He's exactly describing what it's about. So I really recommend that book for you to read. I read a couple of books about burnout because I read organizational psychology, and burnout is one part of that, and it's a different. It's the complex thing, but you can see the kind of structure of it. It's both on you on yourself, because that is something that you can control more. At least you can make the choices and changes, and it's also the external things around you. So it's not that simple that you have too much to do and too little time, and that you just fix it by resting and doing things that you like, and then maybe throw in some medication there, and then everything will be all right. It takes a while to understand what you need to change. You need to change on a basic core level, or then it's just some small changes, but it's basically saying yes to yourself and your needs, and not learning to say no, learning to say yes to yourself. That's what it's about. So yeah, that was it for today, and this was kind of long again, but I think it's really valuable. So if you see this, like and share what you thought about it, what these things these things created in you, started something, did something happen, did something change? What can you notice in yourself, in your being, in your energy, in your body, in your things, in your thoughts and feelings? Share. If you want to share, please share it, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. And I'll